Hornets now have 7 road wins by 25 or more points this season, tied for the second most in a season in NBA history. Rookie Kon Knueppel stole the show, leading all Charlotte scorers with 20 points, his 29th 20-point or more game so far this season. We go back to this conversation of Rookie of the Year now. Kon Knueppel, Cooper Flagg, Chene, who would you have winning your Rookie of the Year in your Charlotte Hornets colors over there?
Oh, wow. You're trying to lead me there, huh? Take me through there. Take me through there. Y'all, this is so hard for me. And I was actually sitting down talking to one of our amazing researchers here at ESPN. The 65-game rule does not apply to this award because it could have honestly dictated it. And overall, Kon Knueppel has played 62 games. Cooper Flagg has played 49. Right now, I am sticking with Cooper Flagg. That could change if he continues to miss games. He's missed 12 so far this year, 8 straight. But I'm sticking with Cooper Flagg. He's averaging 20 points per game, and I just like how he affects the game in many different ways. He can play 1 through 4. He can play those positions. He can guard those positions. He's had a 49-point game in that head-to-head where I think Kon had 34. And he's just someone that is dominant. He came into his own. He has 7 30-point games. I look at the holistic way that Cooper Flagg affects basketball, and that's how I see it dictating my vote, but it does not diminish what Kon has done consistently. So it's been hard for me. I'm picking Cooper Flagg right now. When 82 games are done, and if Coop is still out, I think Kon has an opportunity to change my mind.
Stephen A.
Janae, I get where you're coming from. I think Cooper Flagg's a generational talent. I think he's going to be a superstar in this league. The brother's special, no doubt about it. And he will be the most marketable because he's white and his last name is Flagg, and you can put the American flag behind him, and they'll market him all over the damn place because he got a game that backs it up. I believe Cooper Flagg is going to be, if not already considered, he will soon be considered the greatest white basketball player since Larry Bird. That's what I believe. That's how much I think of him. I think he's that special. And right now, I would still have to give the Rookie of the Year to Kon Knueppel. I can't believe what I'm seeing from this kid. I really, really can't. This brother is a walking bucket. And, listen, Giannis has already praised his basketball IQ. Draymond Green compared his shooting stroke to that of a Klay Thompson. And I like that analogy. I think he's right on point with that. And I'm looking at it, well, Cooper's special. It ain't his fault. But the Dallas Mavericks are 21-40, even though he's missed like the last 8 games due to his foot injury. He's been out since like February 10th. Kon Knueppel has helped the Charlotte Hornets be a game above 500. They've won like 6 straight. I'm looking at them right now. They're an NBA best 16-3 since January 22nd. This dude has only missed 1 game. He's the second leading scorer as a rookie to Cooper Flagg. Cooper's at 20.4. He's at 19.2. He shoots better from the field, better from three-point range, better from the free throw line. That's who we're talking about here. And when you look at all of those things and you look at how it translates to winning for Charlotte, again, the losing in Dallas is not Cooper Flagg's fault at all. But the winning that's occurring in Charlotte has a lot to do with Kon Knueppel. I mean, automatic. How many three-pointers has he hit this year already? 216 three-pointers made, 44% from three-point range, set an NBA rookie record for three-pointers made, even eclipsing that of Steph Curry, the Klay Thompsons of the world, the Ray Allens of the world, the Reggie Millers of the world. He's number 1. It's unbelievable. I got to give credit where credit is due. The way he looks and the way they're playing and how it has translated to winning with his numbers being superior in a few of these categories along the way, Kon Knueppel would be my Rookie of the Year.
Stephen A., just before Jay goes, I want to just get one clarification. When you say Cooper Flagg is the greatest white player, you mean American player, I'm assuming, right?
Yes, American, yes.
Okay, yeah, just wanted to make that clear.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, American.
Stephen A., I agree with you on this, on Kon Knueppel. I said it 3 weeks ago when I came on the show that I didn't feel like there was a sizable gap between him and Cooper Flagg. I thought Kon Knueppel was right there on his heels. The fact that he's going to shatter the rookie record for made threes and counting speaks volumes about the type of season. Also, Chiney, efficiency really matters. I mean, shooting 43% from the three-point line at a very high clip. But to your point, I do want to say this, though. If the league has made it such a big thing for MVPs to play 65 games or more, then I think what we should do is take 10 games less. It should be mandatory that you have to complete at least 67% of the season your rookie year to then be eligible to be Rookie of the Year as well. There needs to be some kind of metric because, Chiney, as you and I both know, and Stephen A., as you know too, because you've seen so much basketball in your time, getting through a certain amount of games your rookie year is hard.
Yes.
It's really hard. It's a different grind than college or overseas. The travel, the back-to-backs, the 4 games in 8 days. So that should be rewarded. And the fact that Kon Knueppel has only missed 1 game, I know we factor in, injuries and other things, but I think that should be rewarded in a time where we don't want to see teams tank and we want to see players play. Kon Knueppel plays each and every night and is still putting up those numbers.
Janae, go ahead.
And that's where I struggle in this because I'm taking Cooper Flagg's sample size of 49 games and trying to extrapolate an award that isn't a season award versus having the, I guess you can say baseline for these other awards being 65 games where, well, this guy is probably not eligible or not. And that's the hardest thing. Do you freeze frame what this person has done versus do you honor the overall long-term durability of another star? That's the toughest part.
Stephen A.
Got you. Last thing I want to say is this. We ain't going to end this conversation talking about the Charlotte Hornets without talking about the job Coach Charles Lee is doing. The man is doing a hell of a job. I think it's important to say that. Do you not agree, Jay?
I agree with you wholeheartedly. And also, if you're going to give Coach Lee love, you got to give LaMelo Ball some love, too. Because I think you've seen...
Of course. Automatic.
You're just seeing a lot of... look, a lot of things still go on, but I think you're seeing the maturity of his on-the-court demeanor.
Yeah.
Still maturity to happen off the court.
The Hornets have won 6+ games now in a row by 15 or more points. They are on a tear right now, at the right time, too. It's been a career year, though, in Boston for Jaylen Brown, but with Jason Tatum nearing his return for the Celtics, it has become very hotly debated whether the C's are now Brown's team or if they're going to become Jason Tatum's team. Theo Pinson and
go on another 16-4 run, they're going to put themselves in a position to do it.
By the way, right behind them are the Hawks who've won 5 in a row. This is going to be a really fun stretch.
6 and 7.
What's crazy is like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I thought maybe Milwaukee had a chance to even catch them.
Wasn't that a fun time? Seems like so long.
And they have just been
forever
foot
ago.
On gas, and they have just been one of the best teams in the NBA, and not just offensively. This team's always going to be fun and exciting to watch play. They shoot the 3-ball just as good as anyone. You've seen historic seasons and numbers shooting the 3-point shot with Brandon Miller and LaMelo Ball and Kon Knueppel. I mean, these guys are absolutely electric, and now they're defending. They're top 10 defensive rating, first in net rating. Like, now they're doing it on both sides of the ball, and they're maturing right before our eyes. And you guys talk about like a league pass team, like what's the fun? This has got to be one of the more fun teams to watch in the NBA, and they are super dangerous. I love the Kobe White pickup. It just gives them another scoring, playmaking guard. That lineup with Musa is Diabate, 20-2. Like, that's not a small sample size that we're talking now. Like, now we're talking 22 games, and they're 20-2 with that young, athletic lineup that can switch everything and they can present multiple challenges for teams. Like, this team is for real, and I do think they have a chance to kind of keep creeping and creeping up.
So this is the lineup he's talking about is LaMelo, Kon, Miller, Bridges, and Diabate, and the 20-2 is what they are with them as the starting lineup. Mannix yesterday, we sort of talked about talent, like the actual talent on a roster, and he was talking about Detroit and Boston and who's got more of what. From a strictly talent perspective, are the Hornets more talented than the Celtics?
No. I still think the Celtics.
Position by position.
When you're talking, I mean, we're talking MVP type players on the Celtics with Jaylen Brown,
but not all of them.
Derek White, like USA players. Like I think it's a different level of talent. And Pritchard, now they have more youth. They can present challenges to them as they did. You know how hard it is to go into that arena and work them like they did.
I think they got in like at 5. They had like a bad.
Clear. Like Jason Tatum is still on this roster,
and Jason Tatum is coming back.
So if we're gonna go position by position, as far as we're talking about more talent, No, they don't have more talent
Right.
than the Boston Celtics, but they are in a better run right now. But talent, position by position, they're not more
I
talented.
want to know what my guy
than the
Mannix
Boston
thinks
Celtics.
about Missoula's coaching job here last night. I coached this year.
We should have gotten Mannix.
Bring him back.
Just to ask that one question.
But no, listen, we're talking about the Boston Celtics all season long. They have surprised everybody. They are the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference, and no one thought they'd be there. And again, they have all NBA type players. The Hornets are on the rise. They have potential. They are
We'll see.
fun. But we're talking 2 different levels here. But this was a hell of a win.
LaMelo, maybe partly why my brain has such a hard time with speaking of the Hornets so positively is just because for so long we looked at a LaMelo Ball-led team as quote-unquote unserious. Like this was just never, we just sort of resigned to the fact that it was never going to be a thing. How big a deal, Lou, would it be for his team to get a playoff berth?
Listen, we got to shed some light on something. The people that they've surrounded him with, the players, the emergence of Brandon Miller, right? We talked about Diabate. We've been talking about Kon Knueppel. These are dead serious basketball players, right? These guys come in and they are dead serious about hoop. So when you're LaMelo Ball and you see how these guys are going, you got to kind of conform and be part of the group. And I think that's what's been the most beneficial to him is putting guys around him that are dead serious about their young careers and want to make a real footprint in the league. So that's kind of curbed some of the things that we've labeled as unserious basketball to him. Also, we got to come to the realization that some of these things is just his style of play. It may be unserious to you, but until you take the time and watch how he works out, the things that he works on, these are real plays to him. This is a real style of play. But also, again, like when you put these guys around him and they're saying, hey, listen, this is the style of play that we feel like suits this team the best, either get with it or get lost, right? Either get with it or get lost. And I'm saying it in a more harsh way because I'm sure that wasn't the conversation. But all of these guys have been able to get on the same page and to be able to shed the unserious label. So if you're still saying LaMelo Ball doesn't take basketball serious, then you're behind on this conversation with the way that this team is playing.
Yeah.
And the way that he's playing as well with these guys.
Yeah, I think the older he gets, the more mature he gets. And like Lou said, Jeff Peterson, they've added shooting. You know how much easier the game is when you add a guy like Kon Knueppel that can just space the floor and let LaMelo Ball do what he does best and create. And he's 6'6", 6'7". He dimes you out, and he makes the game easier for everyone around him. So when he's not that number one guy necessarily, and he can just get everybody in their sets, in their offense, get out in transition, and be that fun, explosive player that we know he can be, I think that's where we're going to see his best. I think he's going to continue to mature. And now we're talking about LaMelo Ball being the point guard on a winning team. We've never talked about that before. So now I think he will start to get the respect and the flowers that he deserves. But you have to give credit to this front office just kind of building this team around him, catering to how he plays, because you can never have too much shooting, and this team has a lot of it.
I remember going in there a few years ago when I worked with the Spurs, and like it was like a sad environment in that building because it just felt like there was no positive energy coming. This is just night and day. I'm enjoying the story, actually.
I love it.
Quite frankly. We're going to take a quick break. On the other side, we will get caught up with